Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again. And what I want to do now is start to kick this into high gear, which is what I explained at the beginning of the video. So I'm not going to make this a long intro. Let's just jump right into the lesson, and I explain what I explain when I explain it. So let's get going. All right, so what I want to do here is kind of speed this up. I don't want to do like every body part for separate, so I'm going to double this up so we can get finished through the body and then work on some of the meaty parts of doing the comic book, creating a comic book. So I want to try this real quick and see how it comes out. Might go off the page, but we'll see. Subject to change. Way subject to change. And I stopped talking. I don't know why I stopped talking. My brain just kind of like went somewhere else. And this is where it might go off the page. So let me do this first. This, down, out, and about. Well, maybe not. So what I'm doing is arms and legs today. I want to do the difference between the female arm and the male, the female arm, female leg, male legs, the subtleties and differences about the, of them both. So my man's going to probably be a little short compared to the woman, but bear with it. Now, right off, I can tell you doing the arm is that when you do the female arm, you want to try to keep it just one piece. Even though there are three sections, you have your delt, your bicep, tricep, and then your forearm. You want to keep it when drawing, just kind of keep it one piece, smooth and one piece. And that's a big difference about doing the male and the female. It's just the smoothness of it. And then here you can see some of the differences between the two. And small waist, big legs. Knee on the outside more, down. And a bigger foot. So we split that down the middle. And you can see more of the difference. So if I inked it, it would look kind of something like this, but I don't know why my hands are a little shaky today. So my inking skills are not all in there. And you have this, the breast, maybe a little arm there, comes down here, curves, goes out there, back down to the knee, curves around, curves in, and out. And that's something I have to learn to do, is the female legs. You're going to have to try to make the legs as smooth as possible. Kind of like one whole stroke, whereas the man, you have all these little bits and pieces you can play with. And we have the chest, is the female. A little bit of there. Your collarbone wants to come down more of an angle, whereas the male will go straight, more straight. Where did I leave off that chest? Your delt, tricep. Give him a thicker wrist. That comes out. More of a mountain for shoulder. Neck should be the same as the side of the face. And then the girl is going to come out more and be pointy. Maybe a little bigger head. You have that, a little bit of that for the female. And how does that go? Like that. It's just kind of screwed up, but yeah. So, and then this one is more out more, and this one kind of slopes down, almost like you're drawing a bottle. And then you won't have that for the female. You just kind of leave that open. So now a comparison on the arms is that, of course, when you do the male arms, you want to have these four pieces. So if I did the more like from the side, shall we say, if I did a side arm, you have your 1, 2, which you're going to split into 2 pieces, and then you have your third one here, your third piece here, and then your hand, which we're just going to do a quick fist. So you have your teardrop, shall we say, upside down, your bicep, which is going to round up in here, and it's going to separate your bicep and tricep at this point, and it's going to go, it's not going to go straight down, it's going to go forward at an angle, and then your tricep is going to be up here a little higher, curve in, and you'll see the two separate. You have your elbow tucked in there, and then you have your forearm, because there's a muscle that comes between your bicep and tricep, and I think it goes here, like comes down and goes to the thumb, if I'm not mistaken, and then splits these other 2 muscles here. And then let me ink that. If I'm not mistaken, it goes, how does that thing go? It goes like this, and it comes up, creating this little lump, and then you have some more striations between that. So if I inked it, and as I say, my inking skills today are, for whatever reason, my hand is shaking. And your elbow comes between there. And this muscle here. Down and into the hand. Whereas the females would be more smoother. So I'm gonna do the opposite side, making sure you guys can see. So basically I would just do this, just not so much the cylinder, but just get the shape of it, and then maybe a little fist for her. So round this off. I wouldn't go too deep into the delts, just a little bit. This is going to be smaller. As you see that this is more narrower than that part. So here, get it round, and then a long tapering wrist. A little bit of the elbow, and then the fist. And that's about it for the female. You don't want too many lines. And as I said, you want to kind of keep it all smooth. Like that. So drawing the female, as I said, you don't want to you don't want a lot of muscles. A lot of muscles. You may give it just a little bit here, a little bit, but the less is better for female. I was gonna try to do the side, but my brain is not really into doing the side real quick right now. So if I did a what? This. Let's do this. Drawing what you will. A little bit of delt. The arm. Now you can put a little lump right there, just a little bit, not too much, and then bulge here, but keep that like that slimness. And I wouldn't even give her any triceps. And then that. So slim, elbow here, maybe curve, give it a little curve, that, and just a little bit right there. Now, like I say, if anything, I would just do like little spots for where the muscles will kind of run. And then her collarbone and neck comes like that. Whereas the man, and if you must, just a little line right there. Just a little line. Unless she's just like super powerful, then, you know, wouldn't go that far. Whereas the man's, you can kind of have fun with it. I always do the man's. I do the pieces for the man. Whereas the woman, I try to do just one long piece. Whereas the male, I'll do the pieces. And then just kind of have fun with it. The bigger, you know, the bigger the better. A little more bicep, a little more tricep. Get a thicker wrist. And where's it? Bicep go right here. Delt comes there. And then this there. And you have some of the muscles that come up here. And then you have all your lats. And then your shoulders. Let me focus my camera. So the main thing when you're doing arms, especially females, is just learn your cylinders. That's all. If you can do your cylinders, it's really simple to do the female. However you choose to do her arm, the cylinder, that, and then that, because that's above your head. And then you have her delts, goes up into the shoulder, slim the arm down a little bit more, into the chest, the underarm piece, and then however you want the hands. And then you just kind of slim it out. Just remember, one piece. But that's basically it. Just as long as you have the thumb should have been out that way. That's okay. As long as you know how to do your cylinders, you'll be all right. Front, if it's going straight up. I'm going back like this. And chest. Yeah, that was in focus. I say, as long as you just keep it slim. Not a lot of lines for muscles. Then you'll be all right. Where's the man's? Same thing. You can do the big cylinders if you want. Master your cylinders. If you have to do 2 circles at one time, do that. And then let's just do some crazy like this. Yeah, turn it sideways like that. So what is it? Thumb is going to go down. And then you put this end of the cylinder onto the ball, which would be his delt. Oh, what now? Let's just say this. No, how would that go? And I'm trying to figure out how would that go. And something to this point, like that. And that's how you would do like folded arms, cylinder, 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 cylinder. And somebody wrote me, I read it today about his weakness was his arms and legs. But once you do your cylinders, or learn your cylinders, then you got it. You got it. Circles for your delts, come down, shoulder blades, neck, and head, and then your waist, like that. So you just round it on out. You got most of the work done with your cylinders. You just learn where the muscles go, and then you are good to go. After that, make sure the shoulders are all right. But arms are just really, really, really simple. Just like legs. I think legs are even more simpler because, especially with the women, if you can get the curves right, you're not going to have all this extra muscle for the mans. You just get the curve right, and it's the same thing with the cylinders as the cylinders for the, I'm going to keep this one in shot, as the cylinders for the arms. So I'm just trying to think of leg position here. Something like that. Erase this one, which I didn't even draw that one. Let's just say the female leg is, and your legs are going to go like this. Same for the man. The man, once it comes down from this, I can't think of what that's called right now. And it goes down into your crotch love handle, which is the obliques. Thank you, Brian. Obliques. So it's just knowing the shapes that it's going to take, or that the muscles take, knowing the shape that the leg takes once it's twisted and bent like this. I'd give this a smaller part. What's wrong, Brian? I don't know. Whereas the man's is going to be a little more bulkier. And then you have that, where is that muscle? I think that muscle, because it's going to come up like this. So you have that indentation there, and you have that separation here and here, which goes into the knee. Your calf is going to be more stuck out like that. You have that calf muscle, and then that leg muscle, curving that around more, and then the foot again. And for the female, smaller foot. So it's just, once you have the cylinders down, do I need to like redo this in the morning? Once you have that cylinder straight, then it's pretty simple to do your legs. As I say, the female legs you want to keep small and make it smooth. Like, you don't want to jump out here, just kind of like keep it all in one smoothness. A little knee, a little ankle. When they've had that so high up, and then there, and then her hip is going to come out more, maybe not that much, whereas the man's is going to stay in tight like that. That's about right here, more like right there. And then a little split there, knee. Come in there and out, ankle, and the foot. Like so. So let's do this one. From the side. And anytime I do the female, I will do, let's just say this is her hips, right there. I'll go straight, just both legs are gonna be straight, first of all. I'm not going to try, whereas the man's, I'll do like this first, knee, and then that. So if I did this here, just to do it, it'd be like that. Because I'll start with this line, this little indentation right here. I'll do this, start with this indentation, and that tells me how long to make this. I don't know if it's the quad or this part of the leg. Then I'll have the knee, then comes into the calf. Whereas the woman, I'll do this, and I'll say, okay, here's my knee. So I have this one come out to the knee and then smooth back out. Same thing with this. It curves it around. The leg comes like this. It goes like that. So you're gonna have this little, the gap and that little curve there. For the lady junk and the man junk, curves out into the knee and then curves back out again. Whereas the man, you see what the man's does, because this curves up. And the knee tucks in under this little W. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. This one is short. This one is long. Knees up under here. You have some little meat that's on the side of the knee that comes out and down to the calf. The calf forms that. So this becomes your shin bone right here. So you have a little space right there, and then the rest of your leg. And then this is going to be narrower because she's got those hips to come out and in. This is just going to kind of go up and then out to that V. So I was gonna do side leg, side leg. So say like this long, and this is my foot. And notice I have the leaning forward. I have the leg leaning forward because you do lean forward a little bit. And then so this one. So bring that up a little bit more. How am I going to cut this? Okay, so this is going to be the tail. So the knee is going to come up, the knee, the buttocks, the front. So the buttocks comes up like this, and it goes in, it comes out. This is the leg. It's going to do like that. And then you have that in the back. So find out the knee, put that little mountain, curve it out and into that knee, and then suck it in, like exaggerating like this. That way when you do the calf, it comes out and in too. So you have this, and then you have the fatter part here, and halfway down it goes in like that. So inking it would be like this is your knee, kind of sucks in, and then there's your foot. This, that, out, in, calf, and then you want to keep that, just ankle this part here thin, like you keep this there. And then this comes up and it kind of like stops there, and then your stomach comes there, or her stomach comes there. Well, the crotch part comes there, her stomach is like way up here somewhere. And as far as the man, bring it up a little bit more. This is kind of the same way. Is it more of a flatter bootay? But yeah, I'm not going to do this like the female. I'm just going to kind of like cut it. I'm not even going to cut it. I'm just going to start drawing it from there. Out, find that knee again. Out. This one's going to come out to in. And then the calf is going to be like halfway and then down. The calf is going to be pronounced like that. And then the foot. And you have that little calf muscle here, there, and what's on the side? What's on the outside? There's a, don't quote me on that. I'll have it right later. And then let's make that a little wider, and then you have his crotch. Give him a little more buttocks. You cannot develop this part because this is a bone. This is your shin bone, so you can't really develop muscle around there. Just in the back. This is your shin bone, and that muscle comes in. You have that bone here, your ankle, and how is that? How is that? For now, let's just leave that little check mark. I believe that might be correct. I'm not 100% sure, but as I say, it might be curved around or might be moved back. But yeah, we're doing the leg. This. As long as you have the cylinders, get the cylinders right. Get the cylinders right. Forward leg. And this is once you learn more how the muscles shape. Then you have your knee here. Then you have this, that, this. And since this is going to be right here, this is where it bends. This is your knee. Right here. This part should be down here. Ink it. cylinders, again, cylinders. How else? Let's try this one for the female. And when you're doing, I think I said that, you're doing the home plate for the female hips. I think it was in one of the other videos. I'm working on a Udemy video, just in case YouTube kind of fails me. I'm going to jump to Udemy, but I'm working on a Udemy video right now. And that's probably one reason why it took me so long to get this one out. So if I bring this one in, back of the cylinder, front of the cylinder, the knee. That's just showing it's going this way because you see all of this. This is going to come up. You see all of this. So this is your knee up here. So cylinder again. Since you see that, you're going to see this. And then that's the inside of the foot. That's going to be flat. This is the inside of the foot. That's going to be flat, and it comes out like that. So basically, I took this here. I took this cylinder, brought this here. And then I took this one, took it up here, and I brought the knee here. And it's going to, because it's on that leg, it's going to curve over like that. And then, of course, you're going to have the foot, that side is flat, like that. And then you have your hips, like so. But as long as you have your cylinder, as long as you know your cylinders, and I'm saying this over and over and over again, practice your cylinders. You see this green, or is it the same color? Front of your cylinder, back of your cylinder, front of your cylinder, back of your cylinder. And it just, because it's going in that direction, you see the sides. That's all. If you can direct your cylinders, then you can draw an arm or a leg. I'm trying to think of what else before I close this one out. The less side you see, the more it's going to be aimed at you. So if you see this is the back of the cylinder. Cylinder, let's just say this. This is your cylinder right there. Turn it up, you're looking at it like this. You're looking into it. So let's say this is the back of your cylinder right here, and this is the front of your cylinder. You're seeing the bottom like that. Now, if you move the circle, and I don't know if I did this one on this in this little series, or if that was the Udemy thing. If you move the circle down, then you're seeing the top of it. If you have the circle kind of straight in the middle, like this, it's aiming right at you. Let's darken that up, because you see all the way around. Now that could be the back of the arm, that could be the back of the leg. And then you just put the other end of your cylinder. So let's say if this was green, let's just do this one. So that's looking right down the center of that cylinder. Now if I want to put like this leg, then I'll do this cylinder. Let's go blue. Now, well, let's just do this. I'll put this down, straight down, or if I put it up. However, if it's an arm, if it's kicking, if it's pointing away, if it's reaching behind his back to get a sword or whatever, you just do that. So you'll see if it's going back, you see the inside of the cylinder and the top of this one. So let's do that in black. And then it's going to get narrower. It's going to be narrow anyway. But then that tells you this thing is reaching back. So if I have a hand back here, doing whatever a hand does in the back, you're reaching back. If it's moving forward, then you're going to see the back and the opening here. So you just determine how you want your leg or your arm to go by seeing what part of the openness of the cylinder, if that made sense. Because this one you're looking straight down at it. This one you see the top. This one you can see, yeah, I guess you can see this more side than top. because it's just going back. And then if it's straight down, see another color, red, green, blue, black. I'll just go back with red. It's going down. You won't really see any of the opening, but you will see all front. But that's an exercise that you try. Just draw cylinders, you know, as many ways as you can. See the opening. Don't see the opening. See the opening with very slight, a minimum amount of side. Keep going to where you just don't really see any side. You can actually see the opening from the other end. But practice that, add another one. And then you have your arm or your leg, depending on what you're drawing. All right, so I think we got enough for arms and legs. Because as I say, I want to get into more of the meaty part of the doing comics. We'll skip the face, the hands. I'll go back and review what I have already, but we'll skip it for now, and we'll jump into some other aspects of creating your own comics. I know people want to do the anatomy, but you should have enough now to kind of get you going. So I'll see you guys in the next video.